Hello my crafty friends, it's Pamela. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here to do a quick little tutorial for Sue of that day and time. She asked for a little run through kind of how I make these staggered booklets. So I will link her channel in the description box if you want to go over and visit her. But let's get to it. So I've already gathered some things just to make the video quicker. So I have a couple of different Ziploc bags of scraps, and I just kind of put them in by size. I just went in and grabbed some papers from that scrap bag, and so we're just going to put it together, and it doesn't matter the size. You can make them big or small. It just depends on what your scraps are, but you want a variety of sizes. So we're just going to put it together, and you want to stagger them from top to bottom and side to side. And let's see. And they don't have to be always folded in the center. You can fold one off center and put it in. So don't let a short piece of paper discourage you from adding it in. And let's see. We'll add this one, and I think I want this underneath, and that on top, and it's a little too tall, so let me just rip it real quick. Good. And let's see. I think I'm going to put that one in the center. Yep. And a piece of wallpaper. Now you can see how staggered everything is, and that's just part of it. Oh, do I want to use this one too? I think I do. So let's put this one under there. There. And we'll add our little cover. And I want that a little bit smaller, so you can see that green paper just a tiny bit. So I'm just going to go stitch it down the center really quick, and I'll be right back. So here it is, stitched down the center. The next step I do is to adjust my papers how I want them. And I do want a piece sticking out longer than the whole booklet. But this piece inside, I want it a little shorter, so I'm just going to rip it. Actually, I'm going to rip this one too, because it's a little wide for what I usually do. Okay. And we can rip that one. I'm going to leave that one. Let's see. I think I'm going to rip that one. Now these are too long, so I'm going to rip that. Yeah. I'm going to rip one more thing. And you don't have to rip it if you don't want to. I just think it adds interest because you can see other little page bits sticking out. Now the next thing I do is I pick 2 or 3 spots where I add stitching to the paper. So I will do that and I will be right back. Okay, so I took it to the sewing machine and I just added some sewing here, here, and then here, and it just peeks out. So the next thing sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, distress some of the torn pages. Just depends on the look you want. I don't try and make things match either when I'm doing these. I just, you know, they can be loads of different colors in these. You don't have to try and make everything match. That's kind of the fun of it, because once you put it all together, it all matches because you've added so many different elements that it just all goes together, if that makes sense. And just put a little ink here and there. Here we are at this stage. Now we can decorate. So I just pulled out a few things to choose from, so we'll just put it together and see how it goes. I have these little folded paper strips that I made. I do have a video on that, and I will link it in the description box if anybody's interested. But I do want to add a splash of color, so I think I'm going to add it right where? Let me see. I might just add it right there. It works. I don't really think about it too much because then you just complicate things. It's just supposed to be something super fun and easy, and you don't have to really concentrate or measure. And that's the beauty of it. I'm going to add that little piece there. And do I want another one somewhere? I could just peek out a little bit. Yeah, I say no. Okay, so let's do let's see, where is it? I usually add a tab or two. Okay, so I have these whale tail tags, and when I cut down my scraps into 2x3, 4x6, or tag size, and then the scraps I use to make these little tabs, and I just have them in this little container. There's probably 200 or more in there, and I just will grab this one. I want to add something kind of bright to it, so I'll just glue this up and stick it on. Oops. Let's put it right here. We've got a fun tag or tab, and then I usually stamp in a couple places on it, and I have this little bird stamp that I just love. Test it. And I'm going to put it right here where you can see them. Just maybe their heads peeking over the edge. How cute is that? You can see the little birds. Okay, and let's add something to the front. got a couple of things here, so let's see. I've just taken some paper and stitched around the edge. I think I'll use that as a little pocket. Just a tiny little pocket. And let's see what we can put on here. Let's use this cute little girl and just make her like a tag. Just tuck her in the pocket. I like that. Maybe put a piece of lace and a little tag. That's kind of cute, I think. So we'll go with that. I was dyeing papers early this morning, and so my fingers look terrible. I have horrible insomnia, and I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. I couldn't lay in bed any longer. I was just frustrated with not being able to sleep, so I got up and I started dyeing papers this morning early, and I got a bunch done, which is awesome because I was pretty much out. So let's just put some glue on here. Just hold it down for a second. And here's a little flower. Maybe I'll put that in there too. And then I usually put a paper clip with some ribbon or some yarn. And so this is just laying on my desk from all my previous projects. So we'll just add this right here. And let's put it on this little piece because I want the paper clip to show. There you go. You could stamp inside, you know, a little bit if, because the pages are, you know, just plain. So if you just add something here and there, or even, where is that stamp? We'll just use a postage. There. And it's all done. Maybe I will round the corners on this just to give it a different look from all the square papers. And that's it. Pretty simple, pretty basic, really easy, great way to use up your scraps and just have fun. There aren't any rules with this, so just have fun with it. So thank you so much, Sue, for asking for a little tutorial, and I hope you make some, and I will see everyone in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.